I want to speak to the president of this country, William Samoei Ruto. Mr. President, it is quite unfortunate that as a country we are riding on your shoulders, crying, sometimes regretting choosing you, sometimes in dismay. We don't know what you'll say the next day. Remember, Mr. President, when you say that youth will be tapping their laptops? What happened, Mr. President? You said we'll get dollars from our computers. It is not there. Yes, Mr. President, those people that are speaking against the upgrading or the repairs of the JKIA, I've never been there. You know why, Mr. President? Because they don't have anything to do and they can't go there. They have been in their houses quietly using their phones to tell you what they want, because that's the only weapon they have, Mr. President. Mr. President, we want you to hear the people of this country. They've been pressed for long and they want to be heard. What do you mean, Mr. President, when you tell them that those that are speaking against the upgrading of the JKIA or the airports at large in this country have never been to the airport? Do you have to die to know that death is painful? Mr. President, please listen to the voice of the people. Let them understand that you care, because these people are the people that put you in power. And Kenyans do not want much from you. They want you to stick to the plan, to the promises. Don't overdo, don't underdo, don't overpromise, Mr. President. The promises are enough. Let's get to work right now, Mr. President.
Mr. President, Mr. President, you promised that hii ni serikali ya mama mboga, but our mothers are out there. They have nothing. They can't even make 500 shillings a day, Mr. President. We thought that when you get into office, you're going to look at the common mwananchi, the hustler. Youths are graduating each and every year. Millions of youth do not have work, they don't have jobs. What do you expect them to do? They will definitely resort to crime. They will have to do things that they are not palatable. It is not fair for you to promise this and then you go doing another thing. It is not fair at all, at all. Our mothers are out there struggling each and every day. They wake up early, they sleep late, but they make nothing. The taxes are so high. People can barely afford 3 meals a day. Even 2 is a problem. Some even go weeks without eating. What happened? What happened to the government hustler? Mr. President, please, we only want you to listen to our cry and help us fulfill what you promised Kenyans during the campaigns.
Mr. President, each and every day, every year, you're invited to graduations. You sit there, you listen to speeches, you see thousands and thousands of students graduating from these universities, doctors, engineers, and other professionals across the country. But, Mr. President, do you ask yourself where these skills go after graduation? We hire foreigners to come build our roads, but those foreigners hire our people, Kenyans, to do those works that we pay them to do. Unfortunately, they pay them peanuts. Mr. President, situtenge tu tuwape hawa mavijana wetu kazi. They build our roads because they have the skills. They are building the roads. Only that the contracts have been given to foreigners. That the people that make the roads that we use look like the roads they look like. Because they are the people that, those people that we hire to do the job, trust to do the job.
Mr. President, Have you ever sat and asked yourself why the Gen Zs came out to protest? Why they went to the streets to cry out against your government? Have you? This is a generation that has been brought up and they have been taught to speak against iniquity, to speak against wrongdoings. How do you expect them to sit back and watch when bad things are happening? When there is iniquities in the government, when people are not, the leaders elected are not doing what they're supposed to do. And also the Gen Alpha are also coming. They are growing and they are more educated. From Generation Z to Alpha, people are enlightened.
Mr. President, if our level of education is not enough, if we are not qualified enough to build these roads, to do these construction jobs that are being given to foreigners, I propose, Mr. President, we close all institutions for higher education, the universities, the colleges, the TVETs, because why are people learning if they can't work in their own country? Why are people learning when in their own country they're being employed by foreigners in their own country? Mr. President, please, let's provide jobs to our young people.